What's up everybody, this is BS for Build. I'm Chris. Today we got some good weather. It's sunny, it's cold, but it's not raining, and we got time to work on some cars. Today we're gonna work on this car. Not that car, not that car, and not that car, but this one, the BRZ that y'all know and love. We got some electrical gremlins going on, and I got a new fuse box. So what we're gonna be doing is redoing pretty much all the electrical under the hood with the new fuse box. Stay tuned. All right, the first thing that we're gonna wanna do when we're working with electrical is to pull the battery out and take it outside of the car. Do not work on electrical with your battery attached. It probably won't kill you, but you can damage a lot of other parts. So we're gonna pull the battery out, and we're also gonna throw the battery on a charger so that when we know we have our electricals replaced, we know our battery is gonna be powered up and ready to hopefully start the car. All right, battery's out. People watching, I know I'm probably not high on your list to take tips from safety-wise. Not the guy that drove 600 miles with no door on his car, but when you're working with batteries, if you can, grab gloves for sure, because you don't want to get anything on your hands, but try and grab eye protection too if you can. Batteries sometimes can get leaks, things spray up. If battery acid gets in your eyes, you're going blind. I had a friend in school when I was growing up, and his dad was blind from working on cars, and a battery blew up in his face. So do as I say, not as I do. Next thing, we're gonna go grab our wiring harness. All right, so when we're talking about wiring harnesses, this is what we're talking about. It's this massive octopus looking thing. It weighs like 40 pounds, maybe 30 pounds. And it's all the wires that go under the hood of your car and going in through the firewall. For those of you that are just watching this episode, haven't watched the last ones and wanna know, well, why are you doing this? It's because after all the diagnostics I've done, we think that there is a problem within this fuse relay box, and that is stopping the car from starting. So our goal for this episode is going to be very plain and simple. It's either going to be fail, car didn't start, or succeed, car starts up, or at least tries to crank over. The car doesn't try and crank over right now when we hit the start button, so dealership thinks it's that box. Lots of people that have written in think it's that fuse box. I now think it's that fuse box, so we're going for it. Now this does look a little bit intimidating at first glance, but here's why it's not. You already have a wiring harness in here, so all you're doing really is following the lines and replacing them with the new one. So what we're going to try and do is kind of stage this one in roughly the same area, and then we're going to pull one line out, stick the next one back in there, and then when you get to the end, you don't have to splice any wires or anything like doing a custom ECU or anything like that. These wires are all have plugs on the end. Most of these plugs are unique, and they're not even going to plug into the wrong hole, so you're pretty safe here. And yeah, we're just going to follow everything through and replace it all, and fingers crossed, hope that it does something in the end. Okay, progress report on what we've done so far. So this is the fuse box that was originally down here. We've taken enough clips and things off and unclipped it from everything that we can pull it back to there. My plan of attack here is going to be to take the next wiring harness and set it here, reclip everything from this area, then move back that way, but not going inside the car yet, and then we're going to go across, and then the other side, external, all the clips over here, and then we'll go inside the car and do the rest of that. That might be a bad idea. It might be better to do the inside first. Actually, okay, scratch that. What we're gonna do is we've pulled this part up to here, and the last thing that's holding us back is basically a big part of the loom goes inside of the car, connects up things like the ECM and other things like that. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that out now, unclip everything from the inside of the car, and then we're gonna redo the passenger side of the car with our new wiring harness and clip everything in, and then we're gonna move that way. The idea behind doing this is just so we don't, completely unclip an area, forget how things look, forget where things are, and then move on to the next area, and then have to come back maybe tomorrow or another day and not remember stuff. So we're trying to undo something, redo it, undo another small section, redo it, and move away in sections. So we're going to do the left section of the car first, which is actually the right section, which is the passenger side. Who cares? Let's do it! Okay, what we decided to do was work on this left side of the car first, and then we'll replace all the parts with the new wiring harness, and then we'll move over to the center and the right side. So we got our fuse box that's pulled up, and then I jumped in the inside. Sorry I didn't film anything on the inside. It is very cramped in there and there's not much to see, but I did get everything undone, so bear with me here. Reality TV. I'm gonna try and fish all that nonsense out of here, which I guess doing it all at once is probably not the best way to do it. Okay, so we're learning as we go here, but I think the lesson here to be gained is that it's probably best if you, from the inside, grab one at a time, push them out through the hole, and then kind of just pull the rest out after, because if not, you get a bit of a log jam. But there are some big pieces like this relay that's got to come through. Anywho, our last little bit here feels like it's attached to something. Oh no, it was just caught on something else. Ta-da! All right, so that is the internals. These are all the internal clips that go in right underneath here, and then there's our fuse box. So from here, it's one solid coil that goes into the middle, and we're gonna replace it. We're gonna place our new fuse box right in this, well, where it goes in the car, and then we're gonna rewire everything back, and even under here, before I forget where all these clips go in the car. I have re-emerged from the abyss and of the bowels down there. That's right, I was in the poop section of the BRZ. I got all these wires plugged back in. My advice for anybody doing this at home is do not trust your memory that much. They're like when you're dealing with 15 plugs and you got to remember where they all go. Once you look back down there and they're not already there, it's just all dark and it's hard to see anything. So if you can get a camera in there, take pictures, so you can come back and look at the pictures and say, okay, that's where this one went, this one went, and this one went. Because obviously the plugs are all unique. They're not going to go into the wrong hole, but just even finding the hole can be really hard. So we got all of those back in there where I think they go. I'm trying to get this in. I think that's it. It's in. Should be watertight. I know some of the clips broke on this. Bummer zone of this thing is this didn't come with a couple relays, so we're not gonna ever know if they're perfectly good. And then also it came with a wire busted off, which is about the level of damage that mine had on it before. So I'm a little bit pissed off that this one, for some reason those are gone, which makes me think that it was possibly in a wreck. Or maybe they just salvaged them, I don't know. And then that wire's broken. That's a little frustrating, but do what I said in video like 5 videos back. Take pictures of the damage. Email the person you bought it to. I bought this one on eBay, so I'll be emailing them and saying, like, listen, you guys sent me something that's not as described, and hopefully they'll give you a little bit of your money back. And then I'll have to rewire that wire, which is never fun. Anyways, so me and cameraman Adrian came and joined me. Thank you, Adrian. We are gonna go grab some stuff to keep us warm because it's freezing cold outside. We're gonna grab some lights because it's gonna get dark soon, and we're gonna grab some beer because you should have beer on hand. We're back from the store. We picked up a light, we picked up a heater that's behind Adrian, and we got our beer. And this is especially for the viewer that wrote in and said it's blasphemous that we're in Oregon, the home of craft beer, and we're drinking Busch Light. And you know what? He had a point. So just for that, here's one for the cameraman. Here's one for me. And then here's a beer that I made, brewing capital of America. Oh, Jesus. It's actually a cider. And then for our English friends, I have a shandy. Because I hear that that's what they drink over there. So, beers for builders. Cheers! No, I'm just kidding. Alright, on to the wiring harness. What we need to do is keep peeling. We're going to peel the middle section off, replace that. And then one interesting problem we have is there's a brake line down there that's got that L bracket locked in there. So since we don't really want to cut this old wiring harness in half, although it's not a bad idea, we're gonna have to be real gentle as we come through here, because basically we have to take the second half of the entire wiring harness off and then feed it through under that brake line to get it out of the car before we put our new one in. or we got to cut it in half. So I'm gonna think really hard on that. Really. I'm just kidding. So I'm gonna think about that. Maybe cut it in half since it's toast anyways.
If you wanna run, why don't you just say so? If you wanna run, then I would let you go.
Right. Okay, so we decided to go ahead and cut this. The reason we cut it was because we're replacing it. We believe it is broken no matter what, and I'm not the type of person that's going to sell a broken or could be broken part on eBay no matter what happens at the end of this. So this is trash. I wouldn't want to give it to anybody no matter what. So I decided, what the hell, we'll cut it. And the reason, the main reason that we wanted to cut it is so we can follow the pattern of pull one thing off, put the new loom in, and plug it in. That way we don't lose track of what's going on. So this is all out. Now we're going to need to use some of these relays, so we're not going to just shoot it with a shotgun or anything. But and then now what we can do is we can feed this massive bit through here under this brake line, and we don't have to undo the brakes and bleed the brakes and all that goodness. So we're gonna pull this off and keep feeding our new loom through. Okay, we've upgraded our light situation. I can't see anything other than just lights in my face. But I hope you guys can see the engine bay. And this marks a critical moment because pizza delivery just got here. No, I'm kidding. It marks a critical moment because we just got halfway. We're in the halfway point. We just passed right here. So you're never going to be able to figure out what's going on. But new harness is right here. Old harness is somewhere underneath it. Oh well, doesn't matter. We're halfway. It's time to drink some beer, eat some pizza, and then get back to it. Status update. So I'm not sure if the area that we've gotten to is harder or if it's just that the fact that it's dark and we're freezing cold is making things go slower, but it seems like everything is taking about double or triple the time. But we're still progressing here and we're still going, and we've kind of changed our strategy. Once we made one big major cut, we've been less hesitant to cut the old wiring harness up. So what we did for this, so basically the wire comes across the back, makes a big split, half of it goes inside there, and then the other half runs along underneath your brake system. So what we found out is basically all of these wires run underneath the braking system, so your hard metal brake lines are going on top of these wires, and that's a problem for this brake booster. It is blocking the path that we need to do. We try to take it out, and we can't take it out without undoing the whole braking system, which we don't want to do right now. I don't want to deal with brake fluid and everything else like that. So we're just going to go in front of it for now, just to see if this wiring harness works. But anyway, so yeah, like we've been cutting it, and then I'm just about to pull out. So this is the ABS computer that bolts into the ABS, and then all the front accessories are right here. Those go out. We're gonna run this side in and under and back into here, plug that in. Then the last part that we have to do is the in through the firewall section on this side of the car, and then we are done. And we'll try and start the car. Very exciting.
Lately I've been chasing daylight, 'cause I don't wanna go without you. Think I loved you in another life. Even in the dark, even when it's cold, you stay true. Even hell would feel like heaven. Even hell would feel like heaven. Even hell would feel like heaven. So what can I do?
Okay. Since our last status update, it took us about an hour to remove this from the interior. This goes into your interior computers and some other junction boxes and whatnot. Goes in right through there. It's very difficult to get out. Anyways, it's cold outside, man. It's freezing. There's frost on the cars. So
the beer is frozen.
The beer's freezing. It's about like 30 degrees. So for you Celsius folks, it's probably 0.
There's a snowflake on the screen. That must mean something.
-1. So anyways, we were getting close. We were getting I'm actually a little bit, I would be more excited if I wasn't so frozen, but we just need to feed this through into the dash, and then under the dash, plug it in, put our battery in, and try and hit the switch and see what happens. So we are close to the moment of truth. And since we can't really film inside the car, I guess when we come back, get ready, pop some popcorn, get ready. When we come back, we're gonna try and start the car. I'm frozen, truly frozen, down to my very core. We got the wires sent inside the car and plugged into all the computer jibber jabber over there. We fixed the broken wire that shipped out on this. It went to a relay that was labeled inhibitor, which I think is very important. I'm pretty sure that's the anti-theft device. So anyways, first time we're bolting this thing up to a battery. Now this car battery is broken, but it should hold enough of a charge to let us know what's up. So there's that. Let's listen for any pops or watch for any shorts. The window moved. That's it. That's a good start. Real good start. Alright, let's go over into the dash, the inside of the car. See how we go. We're Adrian and I just did the math, and we're about 10 hours in on this. It's crazy. Look at the top of this car. That was all the moisture that's on there. It's all frozen solid. Okay. We got some light. This thing says go ahead. I'm nervous. We didn't really check to see if we can, if the engine bay is clear. We should do that. Okay, we just checked the engine bay, and then I just remembered that I never put the ECM back in. So the ECM is the engine control management, or I don't really know what it stands for, but it's what most people call an ECU in a car, and a lot of people think it's right over here. A lot of people think it's this thing that's sitting right here under the hood. That's not. That's actually your injector driver unit. It's an ECU in the sense that it's an electronic control unit, and it controls your injectors. So, because they're high pressure injectors. So, time out. I'm gonna go plug in the ECM, and then fingers crossed moment. All right, so we got the ECM in, and already just by turning the car on, I'm hearing something like something's pressurizing. It's probably the fuel system. There's a buzzing over there. There's a buzzing that I've never heard before. I went ahead and ran a scan, and I've got, let's see how many codes I have. I don't know. I got a lot of codes being thrown. That's good. We've never got codes before because we've never had communication to the ECM. I can't fucking, excuse my language, I can't believe this is okay. Anyways, we haven't tried to hit the start button. If this does try and turn over, we're gonna have to turn it back off pretty quickly because we don't have any exhaust system on here, and the radiator is probably frozen. Anyways, the brakes don't work. It's in park. Here we go. What? We're the greatest. Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Oh my god, I'm so overjoyed right now, I can't even explain it. I'm speechless. Oh my god. It was a 10-hour swap in the freezing cold. It ran. It starts. Totally BS for build spirit, man. Unbelievable. Dealership says $1,500 for a new wiring harness, and like if they took even half the time, 5 hours, then that's $700 in build hours to do something. So we took a $2,000 project, turned it into a $350 harness that I bought on eBay, spliced a wire. Oh my god, the car just started. It lives. It friggin' lives. I'm so cold. I'm so excited to get this video online for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Website bsforbuild.com, Facebook facebook.com/bsforbuild. Instagram is bsforbuild on Instagram. Check out our new shop. We got our BS for Build key tags. I don't know if that's right. Anyways, looks right to me. These are awesome. And apparently they're good luck now because they attach to keychains that actually work and do something. So, you know, all this stuff, it costs a little bit of money here and there, and we don't have a lot of sponsors at the moment, but, you know, please, if you can, buy a key tag. It supports us. It helps us out a lot. Dude, this is awesome. This is unbelievable. Please hit the like button if you like this video. I'm going to hit the like button. I like this video. This is epic. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I'm so excited to go. This is awesome. This is awesome. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Peace.